Skinner Auto Group in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning to Sue and Jake, watching in Utica.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Today we're traveling all over the Mohawk Valley, including Cooperstown, where we'll be going to the Ommegang Brewery. We're also going to CRC Raceway in Rome, and we'll be learning a little bit about Hanukkah, which begins on Tuesday, so stay tuned.
Come on in my heart, city in the sky, coming to the promised land. Yes, I'm going where the sun shines, coming to the promised land. It's been a long, long ride, but it's all right. Man, I'm sore and tired. Yes,
Enjoy breakfast with Santa today from 8 to 11 and support a good cause. Bring your camera to get your pics with Old St. Nick. The breakfast buffet is $6 and benefits the Wendy Geller Fund. That's at the Whitesboro Fire Station on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro today from 8 to 11 a.m. We travel to Cooperstown and about 6 miles south on County Road 33 to Brewery Ommegang. This microbrewery was based on traditional Belgian farmhouse architecture. Built in 1997, today the brewery produces 5 award-winning Belgian-style ales.
Well, the original farmstead here was a part of the original hop growing area. This whole area used to provide most of the hops to the United States back in the 1800s, and so this is a traditional hop growing area, and it's just been a beautiful place to set up a brewery. Well, we've invested approximately $11 million in the company over the last 3 years. We've pretty much doubled the volume of the brewery. We've doubled the number of employees that we have from 42 up to 82 now. As we grow the company, craft brewing in America is having a huge resurgence, and we're just in a great place at the right time. So as the company grows, the brewery here at Cooperstown will become bigger and bigger and more important to us for the whole company.
Well, this year we're probably going to sell about 35,000 hectoliters. Generally, our beer brewing process is just taking different barley malts and other grains, getting the extract out of them, boiling that extract with hops and a lot of cases, since our beers are Belgian style, spices, cooling that mixture, adding yeast, fermenting, cold conditioning, clarification, then packaging. It's generally similar to all types of beer, but there are certain things that make our Belgian style beers unique, such as the spices and yeast strains and things like that.
Not only is the beer Belgian and the food served at the cafe Belgian, but even Santa Claus is Belgian at Brewery Ommegang. But around here, he's known as Saint Niklaus.
St. Nicholas was the Bishop of Myra in an area sort of, actually it was Greece at the time, but it's southern Turkey now. And he was a man who did very kind things. There were 3 daughters who had no dowries, and he tossed money through the window. He was from a well-to-do family. He came to be known for his good deeds. Now, the Dutch who settled America said Saint Niklaus, and we come from Saint Nicholas to Saint Niklaus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, and so eventually we have Santa Claus.
Brewery Ommegang is open every day from noon to 5 except Christmas and New Year's, and there are free tours at noon and 4:45 each day. The cafe is open until 7 Thursdays through Saturday. It is located about 6 miles south of Cooperstown on County Road 33. Watch Mohawk Valley Living every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11:35 p.m. on WKTV, and check out what's new on MohawkValleyLiving.com.
now that you're gone, now that you're gone, now that you're gone, now that you're gone.
Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs is your Ford store and your local dealer for Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge. You'll find a dedicated sales team ready to serve you and help you find the right vehicle to fit your style and budget. Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs. Now you're thinking smart. In 1866, James B. Turnbull walked to farms and villages to visit his customers, earning their trust. Today, the fourth generation of Turnbulls continue that dedication, tailoring a life insurance plan to suit your unique needs and priorities. Turn to the company that is out there to earn your trust. Turn to Turnbull.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Rothwell. Come on into the Paris Hill Cat Hospital. It's Sunday afternoon, but we are open and ready for your cat.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment, and you're only available on the weekend. Sure, I have an appointment Sunday with Dr. Karen. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
We are open every day because we know that your cat can become ill any time of the week. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Alex and Nika Restaurant in the heart of Cooperstown. Come in and relax. Fabulous cocktails and eclectic cuisine with something for every taste and budget. Our upstairs dining room is available for parties or private dining. Bring family and friends or that special someone. Alex and Nika Restaurant, open every day for lunch and dinner.
You'll find treasure around every corner at Cobbler & Company. 12 rooms filled with gifts from practical to whimsical, and a great selection of children's toys, games, and puzzles. It's easy to wrap up all your holiday shopping at Cobbler & Company in historic downtown Sharon Springs. Give your tongue a twist at the Black Cat Cafe. Great coffee, fabulous baked goods, and delicious breakfast, lunch, and afternoon teas. Open Thursday through Monday and online at blackcat-ny.com. The cat's got your tongue. The Black Cat Cafe in Sharon Springs. Spa services have returned to historic Sharon Springs. Modern spa amenities with old world hospitality. Give the gift of wellness. Available instantly at springhousespa.com.
I've seen life from out of view bars in front of dozens more. Through those times I never felt the struggle between love and war. Touched my heart in many ways I've never felt before. So honey, reconsider this as you walk out the door. 'Cause I'll do anything for you. Yes, I do anything for you. If you ask me to swim the 7 seas or fight a crocodile.
We head to Rome to CRC Raceway and Hobby. What kid doesn't remember their first radio-controlled car? But these aren't kids, and they're not your average RCs. This is some serious racing, and these cars are serious machines that need regular maintenance and tune-ups just like full-size race cars.
CRC is a company I launched in 1993. I was involved in the model car hobby. I was lucky enough to be one of the better racers, and I was make my own little things, and sooner or later people wanted me to make them for them. And one thing led to another, and I was making more and more things, and Calandra Racing started, which is the company that makes parts worldwide, and then CRC Raceway spun off of that years later. Yeah, it started out with bits and pieces, and then later I actually made a whole car, and after that we started, people wanted it, and we put it in a box and made a kit and sold it, you know, on the internet and to dealers like my CRC Raceway all over the world. In this scale of carpet cars, indoor cars, we're one of the biggest manufacturers in the world. We sell cars to Japan, China, Europe, all over. We race them all over. I've raced in Sweden and Asia and Europe. And this summer I go to the Holland for the World Championships of the small 1/12 scale car that we make. Much like NASCAR, we have drivers that race for us. Hendrick has a crew, and Calandra Racing has a bunch of drivers that race for us. And if they win on Sunday, we hope to sell cars on Monday. So that's pretty much how the racing deal works.
CRC Raceway and Hobby is open Tuesday through Thursday 4 to 6 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 to 4. It's open today for a race at 1:30. The doors open at 11. And be sure to visit this spring for the races on the CRC Raceway's outdoor track.
Well, I'm making this valley my home. I'm so proud to call it my home.
The automobile has gone through many changes through the years, but the Turnbull family's commitment to local drivers has not. Researching and selecting the best coverage for you with unparalleled service, claims handling, and settlement. Turn to a local company with 4 generations of knowledge and experience. Turn to Turnbull. Visit Trenton Teas, specializing in only premium quality teas. The finest varietal and herbal teas available. Nearly 100 different teas and tea accessories and scone mixes. Come in and sample teas of distinction at Trenton Teas in downtown Utica. Shop Shelter for one-of-a-kind handmade gifts unlike anything you'll find elsewhere. Jewelry of sterling silver with inlaid stones and fossils. Adirondack frames, mirrors, and rustic furniture. And custom furniture designed by Jim Kiefer. Shelter, Main Street Old Forge. The Village Hall Gallery in Sharon Springs presents the works of over 24 local artists and now features beautiful Thistle Hill weavings. The Village Hall Gallery in downtown Sharon Springs. Make any day a special day and a special day even better with fresh baked pastries and cookies from Cafe Caruso on Bleecker Street in East Utica. Stop in or call ahead for special orders. Visit Maria's Pasta Shop for Italian gift baskets and be sure to order your holiday party trays. Impress your friends and family with homemade pasta from Maria's Pasta Shop, Oneida Street in Utica. Where can you find fair trade, local, and organic gifts like Dean's Beans coffee, fresh bulk almonds and cashews, and hand-dipped candles and local pottery? Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Don't let a special diet keep you from enjoying the taste of the season. The dessert booth has vegan, gluten-free, and other food allergy treats. Call ahead for special orders. The dessert booth in Clinton. Warm up with a hot bowl of homemade soup at the Blue Dragon Cafe. Try savory Harvest Moon or West African peanut soup. And don't forget their gluten-free breads and desserts at the Blue Dragon Cafe in Clayville. Mealan's Market is your holiday meat headquarters, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and store-made kielbasa. Try their famous crown roast of pork or prime rib, and be sure to pre-order your fresh seafood and shrimp platters. Mealan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, we're going on a road trip. Go on along, pack up the family.
Join in the 25th Annual Messiah Sing this afternoon at 3 o'clock in Rome. Director G. Roberts Kolb and accompanist Tina Taglia will lead at the 25th Annual Messiah Sing at Zion Episcopal Church on West Liberty Street in Rome. It's time for the Skinner Auto Group Road Trip. Roger would like to thank everyone for the gifts donated to the annual Holidays event. Thousands of toys were distributed yesterday to area children. This week, we take a road trip not to a specific destination, but in celebration of Hanukkah that begins this week, we learn a little about the area's Jewish heritage. The first Jewish pioneers came to Utica between 1847 and 1870. By 1950, there were more than 3,000 Jewish people living in Utica, which has dwindled to about 1,000 today. We learned that there are 3 different branches of Judaism represented in the Utica area: Reform, Conservative, and Orthodox. The Orthodox congregation of Tzvi Jacob can trace its origins back to the House of Jacob in 1870.
Yes, it's an Orthodox synagogue, and the men sit separate from the women, and we have a small congregation, but we keep on going and hope that someday we can thrive again, you know. Well, Hanukkah, we every year I work with some other ladies, and we make rolled cabbage. Now, I've already made them in October. They're in the freezer. And we also, another friend who's Lori Rossoff has made potato pancakes, and we will have that on Hanukkah. And we probably will have turkey and all the trimmings. The stained glass windows in the back of the synagogue are from congregation Sphere Tzvi that was on James Street. And the ones that are up on the top here are from the House of Jacob, which was on Clinton Place.
Tzvi Jacob will host its annual Hanukkah dinner on Sunday, December 25th at 2 o'clock. Admission is $15. RSVP to Claire at 724-8357 or email claire71@roadrunner.com.
There was day trips and fishing trips and camping in Saranac Lake. Long gone the innocence, I surely miss those days. It's been a
The conservative branch of Judaism in Utica is Temple BethEl, which was established in the early 1900s. It now shares a home with Temple Emmanuel at 2710 Genesee Street in Utica.
This year we had our 86th political breakfast, and we've been in operation for a very long time, originally on Genesee Street, 1607, and RCIL purchased the building. And we're just happy that the building, if we had to give it up, at least we could give it up to something that's useful and is helping people. We are a conservative congregation. We've leased this building with them, and we do a lot of things together. We're having a Hanukkah party together. Next Wednesday night, we have a Passover Seder together. But we still have our own services, and we have prayer services on Monday morning, Thursday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning. And this is the chapel. That was, of course, it was their chapel, but we brought the pews over from the other building, from what was then the Weitzman Chapel. And we use this for our daily services. For our high holidays, we go to the Jewish Community Center. And very often we share the main sanctuary in this building with Temple Emmanuel. And it's worked out quite well.
We are given a tour of the synagogue by Rabbi Cassie Kale, who is rabbi to the Reform congregation of Temple Emmanuel.
So this congregation was formed in 1950. There basically was no congregation in between Albany and Syracuse. And so a lot of Jews who were in the area came together, and it really was forming a synagogue from the ground up. In 1972, actually, the first female rabbi, Sally Presand, was ordained. So it's not a new thing to have female rabbis, but it is new for this congregation, and it is new in a lot of Reform congregations all over. In this congregation, it's very, very welcoming to outreach, to supporting women and males as equal, to being open to families that are not traditional families, that are gay or lesbian, that have a lot of different components to them. So I think that's a big part of what this congregation is all about, is being open and welcoming and accepting of everyone who chooses to be a member here. While the Jews were fighting a battle with the Hellenistic forces, many thousands of years ago, the Jews missed one of their favorite holidays of the year, which is called Sukkot. It's a holiday that usually takes place in October. It's supposed to be one of the most joyous holidays. And once they were able to go back into the temple, which had become a temple for Zeus for a period of time, finally they had an opportunity to celebrate. And so they celebrated an 8-day-long holiday, which became Hanukkah. Later, probably in around the 4th century, the rabbis in a book called the Talmud, which has all sorts of Jewish wisdom, started talking about, well, what really is Hanukkah? Why do we light a menorah? What is all of this about? And later, in that time, it was put on that this holiday was about the lighting of the candles, that when the Jews came back to the temple, they found the small vial of oil, and the small vial of oil was only enough to light for one night, but miraculously it lasted for 8 nights. So those 8 nights became a symbol of the true miracle of what Hanukkah was all about. In truth, before this whole kind of description, Hanukkah was seen as a miracle of Jews' survival, that they were able to go back into the temple, but the lights later became a symbol for that miracle.
Walking into the sanctuary here today, a table filled with yarmulkes caught my attention. Here's one for Jesse from 2003, very colorful. And here's one for Reed from 1972. And then very interesting, here's one for Jennifer from 2011. These are donated by families after a very important occasion, a bar mitzvah, and what I learned today, if it's a girl, it's called a bat mitzvah.
Another thing we've learned is no matter what Jewish congregation you're a part of, no Hanukkah is complete without latkes. The kitchen of Temple Emmanuel is bustling with the preparation of hundreds of potato pancakes for the upcoming Hanukkah dinner.
we pretty much stick to my grandmother's recipe, which I don't really know. It's kind of like, you know, grandmothers cook like this, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and in the end it just tastes really good. So salt and pepper to taste, and that's how it comes out. You know, many of us in there right now, that's how we learned how to cook, from watching our grandmothers in the kitchen, growing up, and our moms, and, you know, sometimes our dads too. But latkes were one of those things that you just got into the kitchen and you got your hands dirty and you squeezed those potatoes, and it was just a lot of fun. And they're really delicious. So
this year's Hanukkah dinner at Temple Emmanuel will be on Wednesday, December 21st. Contact Karen Price at 796-5293 or email cjprice@roadrunner.com. And you can also visit our website for Karen's simple family recipe for latkes. Did you know that the late Jewish folk singer and composer Debbie Friedman was born in Utica? She was known for setting traditional Jewish prayers to contemporary folk music. Another Jewish musician born in Utica is guitarist Al Schneier from the band Mo. He also performs with his band Al and the Trans-Americans and the new progressive string band Floodwood. Members of any Jewish congregation are welcome at the Jewish Community Center. In fact, anyone from the community is welcome no matter what faith. 95% of the people who utilize the facility and its resources are not Jewish. Serving the community as a whole was the founding vision of the organization.
Basically, Jews were excluded from a lot of different places. So the Jewish people got together and said, you know what, if we're excluded from other places, we'll build our own place. And it was very important to those people that started this organization to make sure that we were non-denominational, that we didn't exclude anyone. And as the Jewish community has shrunk, we've had an influx of people from other cultures and other backgrounds and other religions start using our facility. And we're so proud of that because we're like this little microcosm of Utica. Utica, I would say there are 35, 40 languages spoken in Utica, and you have to go no further than our preschool to see the different cultures of children that are here, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing, and we're very, very happy about that.
The Jewish Community Center is open to people of all faiths, and there are events throughout the year. You can even bring your preschooler on Fridays between 2 and 4 to get some indoor exercise during the winter months. To find out what's happening at the JCC, visit jccutica.net. We've learned that there is only one retail bakery in the Utica area that is kosher, and we have to head to East Utica to Star Bakery. The Marshall family is not Jewish, but Paul and Robert Jr. are carrying on the tradition that their father began of providing kosher baked goods for their neighbors.
My father, he came from New York in 1969. He moved up here and became a manager over at New York Bakery. And then a few years later, he had the opportunity in 1974 to purchase this bakery. New York Bakery was a kosher bakery also, so he learned some of the items that we have today through them and carried on the tradition of some of the Jewish holiday treats.
For Hanukkah, we make the challah. You know, everybody likes the challah, so we make the pan and we make the twisted challah. We do kickle, which is a twisted egg cookie, and we also make dreidels and menorahs. And basically, everything inside the bake shop is kosher. So whatever anybody wants to buy other than those items, they're welcome to that also.
Take me back, ooh, let me stay, ooh, take me back.
For lunch, we head to the village of New Hartford, where a menorah in the park leads us to Kassab's for a kind of Jewish-like lunch.
Although there are no Jewish restaurants in the Utica area, we're told that Jewish and Middle Eastern food is very similar. So we decided today to come to Kassab's.
We get the challah, we get kickle, and any other Jewish specialties that Star Bakery makes. The customer will call in and order it from us. We have it delivered here, and they were able to pick it up here rather than drive to Utica to pick it up.
Kassab's Deli is open every day at 6:30 a.m. for breakfast and lunch. You can order your kosher baked goods from Star Bakery by calling Kassab's at 790-5620. We've learned this week that even though there are only a few Jewish people living in the Utica area, their impact on the community is long-lasting.
trip. Come on along, pack up the family. It's time.
Back in 1945, Skinner Auto began as a small dealership on the corner of routes 20 and 28 in Richfield Springs. Today, Hiram Skinner is proud to have his son Roger at the helm, continuing the tradition of service to the customer and the community. The Longaretta Law Firm, protecting your rights and advising you in matters of legal importance. Call for your free consultation, 735-6162. The perfect wedding, the perfect retreat, the perfect weekend getaway. The Oneida Community Mansion House, perfect for any occasion. Call 363-0745. The fashions of the season are at the Village Crossing. Colorful sweaters, alpaca scarves and gloves, and jewelry by local artists. Dress up your boots with fun new boot toppers at the Village Crossing in Clinton. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro's Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Savor the flavor of authentic Southeast Asian cuisine at the Lotus Garden Noodle and Sushi House. The Pooh family welcomes you to lunch or dinner at the Lotus Garden, 339 Bleecker Street in downtown Utica. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Off-Center Records and Collectibles on Bleecker Street is Utica's only source for new and vintage vinyl. Take a spin to Off-Center Records at 116 Bleecker Street in Utica, open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 6. Shelter is the place for extraordinary custom furniture, designed by Jim Kiefer and built to your specifications. You'll find Adirondack rustic furniture as well as fine hardwood kitchen cabinets, bedroom and dining room sets, and the exclusive line of Old Hickory at Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Visit MohawkValleyLiving.com for recipes, articles, blogs, and videos. Visit our new website or find us on Facebook.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you learned something about Hanukkah as I did. Next week, be sure to tune in because we're going to be unwrapping a brand new show on Christmas Day. Between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley Living.
What it is singing. Honey, honey, I got to know you. Ain't got no money, but I got plenty to show you. Honey, honey, meet me on the river road. Chichi Raposo got a head like a beam. He steers a T-bird like you never seen. Picks up the young ones at the Dairy Queen, saying hop on in now. 'Cause